Hi everyone, it's Plastic EP here from Melbourne, Australia. And we've only got a fantastic person coming in from Connecticut. It's Robin B. How are you today, Robin?
Hi, Plastic. Great to see you. Fun show.
You look live. You look live.
I look live? That's good. It's better than looking dead.
How you going today?
You don't look live right there. Are you all right?
Yeah, I look all right. Do I look good or what?
You look like you got a floating head.
Yeah, but I can talk without moving my lips.
I love that. You're a ventriloquist.
Yeah, what?
Maybe
There's no difference. There's no difference there.
We got a great show. We hope you're tuning in, and maybe you post some questions below for Plastic, and we'll answer them. Could be questions about, I don't know, an American perspective versus an Australian's perspective.
Whatever you want. But before we start, let's just give them this little tiny intro here, and then I'll tell you what we're doing. Something different today. Isn't that great? Now, I want to tell you, Robin, if I can, I want to do a few singing lessons with you, right? In 1981, I recorded my first song. Now, it wasn't the first song I wrote.
Wait a minute. You want to do singing lessons? Do you know who you're talking to?
Do you sing?
Do you want people to watch this show, or do you want them to run screaming and like hide under a pillow?
No, I want you to give me an English accent now, right? It's very important that you give me this English accent.
Right.
And I want you to repeat after me.
Repeat after me.
I want you to do like this. I want you to go at all alone. No one to turn to. No one to turn to. Give it a go.
Hello. I'm an ohm. How's that?
No, yeah, here it is. First song I ever recorded, 1981, Plastic EP in the records. It's on the net. Instead of doing Hey Bananas We Think You're Groovy, we're going with this today. Watch this.
All right.
1, 2, 3, 4. At home, all alone, no one to turn to, no one to turn to. At home, please stay with me. Hello, no one here with me. No one to turn to, no one to turn to, no one to turn to now. And I say, hey now, ooh now, what you gonna do now? Hey now, ooh now, you're feeling blue now. Hey now, ooh now, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Without me, without me, without me, yeah. At home, watch you by my side. Hello, don't run and hide. Come on and love me. Come on and love me. And I'm all by myself in me. And I'm all by myself in me.
We'll cut it short there because I could go forever.
Hello. I'm a little depressed. We need an uplift.
That doesn't depress you. That's a great song. Everybody loves it out there. They just heard it. Now,
it's a great song. It is.
Now, thank you. Now, I want to tell you something very, very special. For those people out there that have got nothing to do and got a bit of ample time on their hands, and you know about this, right? Because a lot of people are catching on. Go to a Facebook page called Plastic EP's Non-Stop Disco Party, where the party's non-stop and we play the best disco hits, and Robin's actually going to dance for you now, a bit of disco. Just watch. Keep going. That's it. Make those moves, Robin. Make those moves. Yeah, okay, keep
I need
going.
music, you know.
Keep going.
Wait. Hello. Oh. Oh.
Don't laugh. You'll be singing that song all day.
I
Guaranteed
probably
you'll be singing that song.
I will. But you're
All
not
of America's
wrong.
going to be singing that song. Now listen, I got something very special to show you. Now, have a look at this. Andrew has got his brand new book out. Tell us a little bit about the book. Just move your face into the little space and tell us about the book.
How's that? I even moved it in the right direction, which isn't easy to do. This is a book, very special, that's just out by Andrew Sandoval. He's one of the greatest guys ever. Nicest man. Ran some Monkees tours, and he's put out a very special book, The Monkees Day-to-Day Story. And you can get your copy by going to beatland.com. And there's a special deluxe edition, right, Plastic?
I bought it. I ordered it.
So you too can be the proud owner of an Andrew Sandoval book. He's such a nice guy. I think you have a picture of Andrew, don't you?
We love Andrew so much. I got to tell you, he is the monkey man that knows everything. And get that book. It's going to be the definitive book of the Monkees, 700 pages, full color. It's been rewritten. Book first came out in 2005, and Andrew has rewritten the whole book. Now wait. Look at that. Andrew, if you're watching, yep, we love you. And have a look at this too. This is great too. Who's that person?
I was younger. That was 2011. Do I look any different?
No, not really. What's this one?
2011.
There's Mickey. Fantastic. Thank you for sharing that. Now, let me tell you, I don't know what this is, but can you explain to people what this is?
Oh, yes. So during this period of time, I collected a lot of driftwood on the beach, and I've been painting it. So I have a little contest for anyone who's watching. If you like and share both Plastic's page and The Buzz with Plastic EP and Robin B, and like and share this post and make some comment below, you will be entered into a contest to win one of those. We'll notify the winner. And as long as you live within a reasonable area for me to send this to you, I will send you either a Let It Be, get it, or an I'm a Believer driftwood. Now,
hey, can I ask you, anybody living 5 kilometers of your house, Charles Rosenay's a front runner because he lives close.
No. I mean, no, you know, reasonable.
What's reasonable? San Francisco?
That's fine.
What about Nevada?
That's fine.
What about Hawaii?
That's fine too.
What about Australia?
That's expensive. Mate. Now that's going to cost me a lot of money.
Hey, you know what, that piece of driftwood, you could hold it and you could float all the way to Australia.
Oh boy, that sounds like fun. You know?
You know, the other thing is that looked to me like a piece of wood. That looked to me like a bread roll, one of those French baguettes.
It's driftwood. You know, it floats up on the shore.
You don't hit your husband over the head with that, do you?
That's generally not a good idea. I don't advocate violence.
Okay, listen. Let's start getting these texts coming in. Feeling groovy from Mickey.
Hello, Mickey.
That's it. There's another
Hi
one. He's saying hi to you both. Thank you, Mickey.
I like your new way of showing questions.
Yeah, it's all right. It's covering my area, not yours.
You like Mickey. Mickey, do you have a question for us? Because this is a Q&A.
Yeah, Mickey, we need a question.
I bet I know what Mickey wants to ask. Mickey wants to ask, what new book did I just get? Check this out.
What new book did you get? That's what Mickey wants to know.
Right,
The Cutting Edge by Leslie Cavendish.
I just got this in the mail. Look. Where did he sign it? See?
Oh, he signed it, did he?
Yes, he did.
Now I've got a question for you from Aidan Pruitt, and he's working, but he said, please ask Robin these questions, which I'm about to find.
It's more than one? Okay, let's go.
Yeah, we're going for it now.
Okay.
As soon as I find it. You can tell we love being organised here.
So do I have to start talking while you're
They
looking?
wants to know what kind of music you're into.
What kind of music am I into?
Yeah, that's right.
Well, I think, a lot of it changes with the seasons. I mean, who isn't into things like the Beatles, for example? Everybody loves that. When I was a child, I was actually one who listens to the Monkees quite a bit when I was a kid. Probably more nowadays, I listen to things like Billy Joel and Elton John. I love music of that time period. I am. Hey, Plastic, I got a question for you.
Go for it. I'm free.
What was the first concert you ever attended?
That's a good question. I think, talking a real concert, in 1974, Kiss came to Australia and someone had a ticket and I didn't want to go, but I ended up going, so that was good, at Waverley Park. That was a football ground that they changed into a concert venue. But I can remember walking into the stadium and there was a guy with a paper bag over his head and he drew Texter Eyes and he was singing Kiss songs inside the entrance of the stadium. I can't forget that.
Aren't you going to ask me what concert I attended?
What concert did you attend?
Actually, as a child, my sister worked in a theater, so she used to get a lot of extra tickets. So even as a child, I went to some really fun shows. I got to see people like Harry Belafonte and Tony Bennett. But when I actually went to a concert in a large venue, my friend got us tickets to see Pat Benatar. And we were in the 4th or 5th row, I think. My friend Chandra. And we stood on the seats and we were dancing. And Pat smiled and waved at us. It was a moment.
Yeah. What was her big hit again? I've forgotten. What was it?
She had like Love is a Battlefield.
Yeah, that's right. That's the one I want. Love is a Battlefield.
With Your Best Shot. Remember that?
Yeah, that's right. How old were you then? 10?
Oh, my gosh. I was probably 12 or 13 years old.
Okay, Here we go. First question of the day. Coming in from Kit.
That's it.
And I want to say happy birthday to Kit. She had her 21st yesterday.
Happy birthday.
Yeah, wow. Happy 21st.
I would sing to you, but the only thing I know how to sing is hello. Oh.
It says, hi to you both. What are the first albums you ever bought? Well, I'll kick it off. I bought the Monkees, the first album, The Monkees. What did you buy?
I actually had a Monkees album too. I think I had the Greatest Hits album. But I'm trying to think. I remember asking, I had a lot of albums. Like I had Saturday Night Fever. I think that was the first. One of the first I ever bought would have been Saturday Night Fever because I was in 1978. All right. I know you want to show your disco thing again. Yeah. Right. And I remember dancing, like doing this stuff, like doing the John Travolta stuff in our, in our living.
Get on down.
On a little record player. Haha.
So was it Saturday Night Fever, the double album?
All right, what else you got? You got more questions there?
Yeah, was it Saturday Night Fever, the double album, I'm asking?
Yes, it was the double album. It was. I don't know if I still have it. I don't know what happened to that. But I played that over and over. Anytime nobody was at home, when I was alone, with no one at home, I would put that on and I would dance disco stuff. You know what I mean? And then, of course, when somebody would come home, I would turn it off because you don't show people. It's kind of like, stuff you do when nobody's
private. Were you in love with David Cassidy or Davy Jones?
Everybody.
Or did you have a crush on both of them?
Everybody, I don't know. I think that's a little hard to say.
Well, just give me an answer. It's not hard. We haven't got all night.
Maybe I liked, I watched the Partridge Family a lot. So, everybody thought David Partridge was handsome, Davy Jones, everybody thought was cute. I actually liked Mickey Dolenz' sense of humor. So I
was going to say Mickey Dolenz. People love him because he was funny on the TV show.
He
was the funniest. The funniest. Now listen, Now, I've got a question for you. You ready?
Oh, I'm ready.
It's a live one. Mr. Shampoo, come on in. Have you got a
Whoa, Mr. Shampoo, how are you?
I'm great, Robin. Hey, Plastic, how are you?
question? Good. Have you got a question for Robin?
I love how he shows up all ready to play all the time. Like he just waits.
Yeah, but he's dressed up in his Hard Day's Night outfit. Can't you see that's his
I love
Hard Day's
it. He
Night
just
costume?
waits there, and he's got like his flag up. He's just ready all the time. I like that.
Well, you know what? I haven't seen you for so long, Robin, so it's so nice to see you.
It's great to see you. What do you got today?
Well, you know, today I've got some great news because over here in Canada, we're starting to go into our spring, and we're going to be doing this fabulous show on top of a roof, like Let It Be. So we'll record some of it, and we'll try to play it on the Plastic EP show.
Cool.
And, you know, we still can't play indoors. We're restricted, but it's going to be great that we can play some shows outside, and we'll be right on this rooftop, just like Let It Be, and everybody will be down looking up, and they're going to build a stage for us so they can see us. So that's April 24th and 25th, so we're pretty happy about that. So we're getting back into swing things. So, but it's good to see you guys on the Plastic EP show, and Plastic wanted me to come on and say hello, and your hair looks great. We just love it. Look,
Thank you.
great.
It's
Leslie,
gotten a little bit longer. It's growing.
well, that's what it is about, you know, haircuts that, you know, they do get longer, right? But look what I've got here. I've got Leslie's book as well.
Look.
You see, we all got it now.
Hold yours. Where's your book? Where's your book, Plastic? Wake up,
My
Plastic.
book's upstairs. Don't worry about me. I'm busy.
All the cool people have it.
Yeah, but I'll tell you what I got that's cool. Are you ready for this?
All right. Very cool. I can sort of see it. 50th anniversary.
Hang five,
Nice.
and I'll actually show it to you. How's that? Watch this, just for you. Right, you're watching? Look at this, just for you. Can you see it now?
Much better. I like that. That's awesome.
Great. That's great. So I've got a couple of questions for you today, Robin.
Okay.
Okay, so as you can see, Plastic is showing the monkeys the logo. Can you tell me who designed that, and, you know, when did that happen?
Do you know the answer to this question?
I don't.
You don't.
I don't.
Okay,
Because
I know the answer.
You do?
Of course I do.
Well, I don't. So why don't you enlighten us, Plastic? I would like
Okay,
to know.
first of all, they had to make sure with the name right. The idea was they're going to use the word monkeys. That's normal, Keys. And someone said, no, they have legal problems. So that's why they went
Why?
for the...
Because monkeys.
Because the
where?
monkeys are just like monkeys in the zoo, you know, Monkeys, right?
I
So
know,
what
but
happens is...
are the monkeys going to get upset? Like, oh no. Eek, eek,
Not-
eek.
The monkeys in the zoo aren't going to get upset.
I hate it when primates get upset. It's not a good thing.
Why, you go to the zoo quite a bit?
You know, I actually have a very funny story about a monkey in the zoo.
Tell me now.
Nathan, do you want to hear this story? I mean, Mr. Shampoo.
absolutely, if you have me waiting on the show for you, for sure.
Okay, so I was in the Seattle Zoo many years ago. And there was this monkey, I don't know what kind of monkey, and it was in a you know, one of the displays or whatever. And this guy said, come over here, you have to see this. So I walked over to there was glass and the monkey was behind it. And he said, watch what happens. So the monkey was pressed up against the glass and was looking like this at the guy's girlfriend, like, oh, looking her up and like looking at her like, oh, tilting the head with this look of love, right? And that was all great. But then he goes, watch this. When the boyfriend put his arms around the woman, the monkey started going nuts, started jumping, going, right? And then as soon as he took his hands off, the monkey would go back and look adoringly. I'm not so sure how happy I would be to be that woman. You know what I mean?
I do. That's
Okay.
a great story.
That's a fantastic story. Now, getting back to what I was telling you about the Monkeys logo,
Yes.
right? Ed Justin, who worked for the show, did publicity and organised things for them. He actually came up with the logo, and he got a guy that's a designer, Nick Lobianco, to draw different designs of the logo. And you see the guitar logo, first of all, he doesn't fit the monkeys into it. And then by about the third logo, he fits the word monkeys into the actual guitar.
He knows more than I do, Mr. Shampoo. You know.
What have you got for us, Mr. Shampoo?
Well, Robin, my second question, and I'm only going to ask 2 today because that's all Plastic will allow me. Second.
I let you ask as many as you want.
Well, thank you, Robin. That's very nice of you. And I want you to know that my son's name is Robin as well, so that's why I like you so much. But my second question is, I want to know how long you've known that Plastic EP is the son of Robert De Niro and Grandpa on The Munsters. Could you tell me precisely how long you've known? Because the world needs to know.
It really has only been a few months that discovery was made. But, you know, it really, if you really take, I don't know if you'd do a glass flash. Can you go like this for a second with the eyeglasses, Plastic?
No, but tell me this, Nathan. Tell me the truth. When you saw my head on, who was it, Grandpa, and Robin's head on Morticia. Was it Morticia?
Right. Yeah, it was.
Was it Morticia?
It was Lily.
It was Lily, sorry. Right, how funny was that? Is that still embedded in your head?
You know, I want to know why when you interviewed Butch Patrick, you didn't show him that.
That's right. That's right. And you know, Plastic, we have a sense of humor on this show. And I thought Robin that was so brilliant because, you know, we love you and we're just joking. You know, you don't think you look like them, but we do. And that's what's so funny because, you know, we're at home and we can have a good laugh. And that's a good one. And that's why I wanted to bring it up today because I asked you a serious question and a little bit of humor. So, and Robin, you know, Plastic wanted me to wear my Hard Day's Night suit today. So this jacket and the pants I'm wearing is from a fellow named Russ Lease from the United States. And he provides all the tribute bands this jacket. And what they did was they got this jacket from an auction, a real, you know, either it was Paul's or John's or Ringo's or George's. And they took it all apart and they made patterns. And another thing about Russ Lease was he bought the drum skin off the drum off 1964 of the Ed Sullivan Show. And he purchased that for about $50,000 back in the day. And it just sold, you know, at an auction for 2.5. So we can't get a hold of Russ anymore. I guess he's still doing the suits, but I used to be able to call him. And he's probably on some tropical island now. So
I'm sure, yeah.
So I'm holding a vintage Ovation guitar that I was telling Plastic about. I don't usually play guitar. I usually play this. This is a Beatle bass. So I'm a bass player. So Robin, Plastic's favorite song is called A Hard Day's Night. And he wanted me to play that to you because, you know, you're a teacher and you're always working so hard. So it's always been a hard day's night. So I don't usually play guitar, but I'm going to play guitar for you, Robin, because we all like you, Robin. Isn't that right, Plastic?
That's exactly right.
And, you know, Plastic doesn't ask me to do it for anybody else on his shows except for you, Robin. So you are special.
I'm honored, especially because of how much we like you, Mr. Shampoo.
Well, that's very
and
kind.
Also, we were thinking we could call you Miss Conditioner, Robin.
You know, that would be good, right? I might need a little bit right now. You know, he had me sing a little while ago. I don't want you to listen to that, Mr. Shampoo, me singing, okay?
Well, you know, Robin, I would never ask you because you don't feel comfortable about it. But honestly, somebody the other day broke into my house and they could have stole all my guitars. But you know what they stole? They stole the autograph that you signed for me, and it was on my wallet. And they stole it. Can you believe they stole that?
I can't believe that. Now she's in shock. So while she's in
1, 2, 3, 4. At home, all alone, no one to turn to, no one to turn to.
now she's out of shock.
You know what, Plastic? I'm a musician, and that is one of my favorite songs that I've ever heard you do. I love it. I love the chorus. You can't beat that. It's like Yellow Submarine. You walk away and you're humming it or you're whistling, you know, oh, 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 oh. Right?
Yeah, but now Robin can sing it.
You know, that's Yellow Submarine is one of the only songs that I ever sung. I sang that at a karaoke thing years ago.
You know, everyone's fascinated by your life. I'm fascinated with all these little tidbits. Fascinating.
I do things. Well, I used to do things. Now, of course, it's a pandemic and I'm alone. Oh.
Now, Mr. Shampoo, you're going to play a bit of Hard Day's Night for us, please?
Well, I better because it's getting dark here, so I'm going to fade out, so I better do it.
Don't worry, we got all night. You can
turn the light on, man. Turn the light on.
All right.
Turn the lights on, man. Come on, man.
Oh, there we go.
I can see ya.
There, I'll come a little closer. Is that better? Okay, so I'm warning you, I don't play guitar, and I'm really doing this for my pal, Plastic. And Robin, he thinks about you so much that he wanted me to come on the show, be a guest, and surprise you and play you a song. So here it goes, all right? You might know this song. This song's from 1964. Are you ready? Oh. It's been a hard day's night, and I've been working like a dog. It's been a hard day's night. I should be sleeping like a log. But when I get up to you, I found the things that you do. Oh, let me feel alright. You know I worked all day to get your money to buy a thing. And the birthday just that he said, you're gonna give me everything. So I let you know, it's when I get you now, that I feel okay. When I'm home, everything seems to be right.
Yeah.
Oh, feeling you every time. Yeah. So that's, I've been practicing for you, Robin.
I wish I could come to your April show watch you on the roof.
Well, I'm going to have a beard on, and my hair is going to be all slicked back, and it'll be those hippie days, and it's going to be great because we haven't gotten together as a band for a while, so it's going to be nice. And I want to say hi to all my bandmates. And hey, Charlie, how's it going? Charlie, I saw your show. You're terrific, and we have to do something on Kiss. That is very correct.
Can you read that out for us? Nathan, you can read it out.
It says, okay, Robin sings a disco version of Yellow Submarine while Plastic dances. Do it.
I gotta wrap my head around that one, Charlie. That's complex. Sing happy birthday to Kid O'Toole. All right, I think the three of us should do that. Ready? One.
Right, but I'm not singing too much, just a little bit. I want to go.
Happy
birthday to you.
Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear O'Toole. Happy birthday
to you.
Well, guess what? She's having her 21st. Kid O'Toole, she's no fool.
All right. Love that. Happy birthday.
Fantastic. Now, we need some more questions. If not, we'll be playing at home for the 5th time today.
And
now, listen, I've got a question for you.
Sure.
And Mr. Shampoo had it too. This is the question. Now, I want you to go through the steps how you make your hair look so beautiful. Like, what do you do? Do you wash it first, then you cut it, shampoo it, dry it?
Do you want to know
what do you do?
Today, I washed it and I just did other things and I let it dry. Normally, I will dry it, but I didn't do that today. And then I realized about an hour ago that I had to come on the show. So I took a straightening iron and fixed it a little bit so that I wouldn't look like before the show. Mr. Shampoo, does that sound like a reasonable thing to do?
Well, you know what, Robin? It really doesn't matter because Smokey and the Bandit was my favorite show, and you look like Sally Fields, and I was in love with Sally Fields, so your hair can never look bad for me.
Bravo, that's good.
I love Mr. Shampoo. I'm going to do a show with him. Bye, Plastic.
Well, he didn't say you look like Michael Jackson.
Yeah, so wait a minute. Yeah, that's right.
Uh-oh.
That's right. Okay, good. He's gone. Now we can talk, Mr. Shampoo.
Well,
See, you're nicer to me than he is, so you get to stay, right?
Well, you know something, Robin? You probably don't know it, but Plastic singled you out for a reason, because you're like everybody's sweetheart, the girl next door, and that's why you're on the show. And yes, he does have his favorites, and he created The Buzz and Robin B, and he created Mr. Shampoo. And we just had to stand behind that name. So you are Robin B.
You're the best, Mr. Shampoo. Look, we got a question from Ed. So what, pray tell, is a plastic AP, and do we really want to know? Do we really want to know? What do you think about that, Mr. Shampoo?
Well, when he comes back,
I'm going to let you in. What is a plastic EP, Mr. Shampoo?
what is a plastic EP?
Yes.
Well, the true meaning of Mr. Plastic EP's identity is in the 60s, they had, it looked like a 45 record with 4 songs on it called an extra long play. And back in 1980, there he is. Plastic EP had the band Plastic EP in the records, and they recorded albums from the 1980. And I do believe he's written today over 2,400 songs, and they really were the cutting edge because they didn't sound like everybody else, and that's where Plastic EP really started. And the famous gold jacket is in those videos. And there's a museum where they got Fonzie's jacket and Archie Bunker's jacket. I've already arranged for the glasses and his jacket to be in that museum.
Have you? You know what? I have a secret. The jacket isn't really gold. It's
I know. That's why we got to go, shh.
It's plastic.
And, he still has that jacket today, and he only wears it on special occasions. And, if you know Plastic's, the whole thing about Plastic, we've seen him with his glasses off, but when he puts them on, he's absolutely Plastic EP. There is no other show where this guy's got his glasses on, and we all just kind of accept it. I mean, we don't really see their eyes, right? But we see your eyes and we see my eyes. We have nice eyes, right?
I know. I feel like maybe I need to start wearing some glasses. Charlie DeCoste is a sweetheart. And Plastic is like a puppet master because he's back there putting these comments up and he's watching right now. He's only pretending to be out. That is true, Mr. Shampoo, regarding me. Oh, I love Ed. Ed's a dear fan and friend. Extra long play. All righty then, says Ed. That's a lot of fun.
Well, it's great to get all these messages. Hello, Ed. Hello, Kit. Hi, everybody that came on. And that's why we're here during the pandemic to entertain everybody.
From 3 countries, Canada, U.S., and Australia. Get back on here, Plastic EP.
Melbourne, Australia. It's a ripper.
That's right. Melbourne, Australia.
1, 2, 3, 4. And ho, all alone,
See, I've got already played it already. You see that?
Okay, we're done being allowed. Oh, time for you to come back. I don't know. Is he looking for us to sweet talk him to say something nice to get back? He's sitting in the toilet putting up the comments. Yes.
I just want to tell everybody, Robin, that you haven't said in a long time, but everybody out there watching, Robin used to be Peter Tork's lovely assistant. Now, how does a teacher become one of the monkey's closest people? I mean, it must have been awesome to just say, hey, hi, or whatever, And I heard he did something great for your school, and I thought that was just very, awesome.
Well, I was teaching at a local high school at that time, and I had heard that he moved back into the area. And he had been part of the first graduating class of that high school. So we asked him to come and speak. And that's kind of how I got introduced. I was I was staying home with younger children after that, and we connected through him speaking at graduation that year. I actually have his speech. I have a copy of his speech.
Well, you know that.
So that's actually a great, topic for a show sometime. He did a wonderful speech. It was a great one. And, after that, he had contacted me because he knew I was going to stop teaching for a while, and asked me to be his assistant. Plastic, get back here.
It's wonderful that there he is, the one and only Mr. Plastic EP from Melbourne.
From Melbourne, Australia.
And how people are going to go nuts today over that song, I'll tell you. It's as big as A Bananas with Dick and Groovy.
But actually, I'm enjoying Mr. Shampoo's Hard Day's Night. I wish that we could go see him in Canada.
Well,
I would wish I could just go anywhere right now. I'll go anywhere. I'll go to the next town over.
You know where you want to go. You know where you want to go. Do you want me to tell you where you should go?
No, I know where I want to go.
Greece.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah,
You know his drill, right? He's going to cut me off with Leslie's book.
No, you want to go to London and see Leslie. He give you a free haircut.
I need one right about now.
So everybody go out there and buy the book. Hold it up, please. Time for a promo. Everybody go out and buy The Cutting Edge by Leslie Cavendish. It's a worldwide seller. It's great. The Cutting Edge by Leslie Cavendish. Hairdresser to the Beatles from 1966. Man, he's got some stories in that book. Have you started reading it, Robin?
I just got it.
So when do you intend to read it? Because you're so busy.
Very soon.
Is that before or after you have a haircut?
I'll read it. And I don't know. I don't know when I'm going to get a haircut again. I actually would love to go to London and have Leslie do it. And then, I could make it like the world tour of haircuts. Then I could fly up to Canada and Mr. Shampoo could give me a cut. And then I'd have a concert. I have all kinds of plans.
We'd put you in the VIP. We'd put you in the Calgary Stampede, the greatest outdoor show in the world. And
oh yes, I've heard Schitt's Creek. I've watched a couple episodes. Yay, Canada. Is that Canadian? I didn't even know that. Is it?
Father and son.
All right.
And
awesome.
People have their motives, and Plastic EP likes you slightly more than me because you're connected with the Monkees, you see. I'm only connected with the Beatles, you see.
I hope that I know, and I'm starting to question if that's why he likes me.
Well, he can ask you a question like, what kind of spoon did he use to stir his coffee? And you would say, this kind, and, right?
Pretty much a stainless steel spoon.
That's
and
right.
It was tea. Oh, no, Cafe Americana he liked. That's Dave Jones. Yes, that's Mickey. Yes. Keep going.
You guys are also lucky. I don't have
Sandoval. Buy his book.
I have no pictures of. There we go. Disco party.
Non-stop. Can you explain what is a non-stop disco party? Do I get to sleep? Do I get to have some food, or am I just?
No, that means if you get home at 3 o'clock in the morning, you can put it on and boogie. Get up and boogie. And Plastic was telling me a year ago that he's going to bring back disco. And, the page is going really well. It's really active. And, Robin, you've got to see this picture. It's Charles Rosenet. He's got his synthetic flares on. And his John Travolta, he looks so handsome. You got to see it. It's Charles Rosenet. He was there. I mean, he was, right, Plastic? You've seen that picture, haven't you?
Well, he's wearing pink, shades of Charlene.
And he's got the greatest shirt on. And I'm telling you, it's like a scene out of Saturday Night Live. And there are people who are posting pictures of Gene Stapleton, Jamie Lee Curtis at Studio 54. It's just a fun page. And people are really enjoying disco, or they wouldn't come out of the closet and post all these great videos. And Plastic actually goes to bed after all the shows are all edited that he does for 3 hours and puts on the headphones and listens to the songs that we post. I'm not joking. You ask him.
I don't think, you want to know something, Mr. Shampoo? I don't think that Plastic goes to bed. Because let me tell you something.
It's true.
no matter what time of day or night in the United States, it doesn't matter. I could be doing this at 8 o'clock in the morning, 3 o'clock in the morning, 11 o'clock at night. I get on and I send a message to Plastic through Facebook. Within seconds, he responds. Seconds. I don't think that he does anything else. He doesn't sleep. He doesn't eat. He stays listening to things on Facebook. That's it. He lives, you know how like when you were little, Mr. Shampoo, you thought your teachers lived at school. Do you remember that? Like you thought they slept there, right? Well, Plastic lives on the screen. He does.
Yeah, but also
Right?
I thought the monkeys lived in a beach house. Drove a monkey mobile to the shopping centre and lived at that beach house and played their own music and just hung out. I actually believed it.
We have a picture of the monkey mobile.
Yes, we do. Have we got it here? I don't know if I put it.
And you know, Robin, there are people at home that depend on Plastic EP Show because some of them, could you imagine not seeing Plastic EP for a week or a month? You would say, where is this guy?
No,
So-
I can't imagine because
Right.
I tell you,
Right.
tonight I'll go to bed. I will actually sleep. Like I have things like I eat dinner, I have breakfast. And if I woke up, say at 1 o'clock in the morning and got up for a minute, and if I looked at my phone and I sent a message to Plastic, he'd be right there in a minute. He would
You know,
answer.
Robin, did you hear about the huge VIP Plastic EP celebration? This is all over. You, me, and all the cast of all of the Plastic EP Show, we're going to potty. And we're going to have a ripper. Aren't we, Plastic? You're going to show us the Australian barbecue and the best pizza that you can get in Australia because, you know, we really built a good team on the show, wouldn't you say? I mean, we have Miss Robin B. I mean, I'm flattered. I got to talk to you. I get to talk to you.
Well, I love Mr. Shampoo. He's
Yeah, she's an
laughing. He's got
important
a question.
VIP now. She's important. They know her all over the world.
Plastic, how many shows have you got going today before you hit 400, sir?
I got to say, we're down to 12 to go. I can't wait to be countdown.
Robin, can you believe that he's at 400? Can you?
Yes, I can because he's on the he lives on the internet, just like your teachers when you were little lived at school. He lives on the internet. George, hi George. What's the biggest star you've ever met? Ooh, that's interesting.
Mr. Shampoo.
Mr. Shampoo and
I'm kidding. I'm kidding. Tell that. Don't. I'm just kidding.
I think that's great. Yeah,
Robin, tell him. It's Plastic EP, right?
yeah, exactly.
I reckon it'd be Davy Jones or Mickey Dolenz or Mike Nesmith.
Do you
Well,
know that- do you know-
yes, I've met them.
Do you know that it took Plastic, I can't remember, something like 25 years to get all their signatures? Can you imagine? I mean, I chased.
Took me 5 minutes.
52 or 53 years. 52
Okay.
or 53 years.
It took them that long to get those 4 signatures. You probably could have got them in 5 seconds, right?
I got
Of course.
3 out of 4 in one day.
Oh, I bet.
One day.
Well, is it because you have a mischievous grin in your smile? That's why.
Is that it? That
It
must
is.
be it.
It is, but in a good way.
George, I think to answer your question, I don't know. There was I've met a lot of interesting people. It's hard to say. Certainly, you know, the monkeys. I don't know. I'm going to give that one a little bit more thought. You know, I met
5.
Have you met anybody from the disco era?
from the disco era. No.
KC and the Sunshine Band.
Oh, he's going to ask me that because he wants to interview them. No.
So bad. I want
But-
to see him too. I
but-
want to see him.
Richard Michaels, he's passed away. I think he knew them, unfortunately. I could have connected you, but he has passed away. So unless you want to do a seance over the crystal ball, I can't help you with that because, you know, he's no longer with us. He used to play in Shoe Suede Blues with Peter Tork.
You know,
Um,
you do a
You
great
know,
job.
I met Dean Martin's. A lot of people through Peter. Dean Martin's
Yeah, but
daughter.
did you actually meet Dean Martin?
Dina. the daughter.
Oh, Dana, she's great. We've got to get her on the show. I'm serious.
She's fantastic.
I love her.
Barry Maguire I met because he was a good friend of Peter's.
Oh.
I mean, I met other people around, like, you know, in shows here or there, but I guess, you know, that's about it. Wait a minute. Put that question. What did George ask? Biggest star? I think everybody's a star, really.
Perfect. You know, Plastic's done a great job on the Monkey Show because I know virtually nothing about the Monkees because, you know, you can see that I've always been into the Beatles. And I love watching the panel. And I want to say hi to all those guys and girls on that panel. You did a great job. And, you know, as I watch each show evolve, it gets more entertaining. And you know, they really got their niche now. And you know what, Robin? You're doing a great job on the Plastic EP show.
We love you. Hey, check it out. I know that was.
I was going to ask if you've ever seen the Monkees Mobile. You know, that's a GTO car. And, you know, I used to have the little model car of that. And, you know, got lost somewhere. I used to have the Batmobile too, but, you know, Robin, you've done cooler things than I've done. I'm so happy for you.
It was fun. That lanyard, put that up again. Plastic, please. See that lanyard that I'm wearing around my neck?
Yep.
I have that autographed by 3 of the 4 of them. Plastic. Took me 30 seconds to get that.
That's funny.
But, you know, I was like Plastic as well. I remember the Monkey Show, and I thought they lived in that house, and none of them had jobs. I thought, hey, live at the beach and play music and get into all these little, you know, charades. I mean, that's the poster. That's 52
Yes.
years.
Yeah, isn't it funny how we think these things, especially when we're younger? It's like, you know, just the idea of you're standing around, then all of a sudden you break into, you know, I'm a believer, you know what I mean, in the middle of doing your stuff. It's funny.
Plastic, I can't believe that a poster like that is so precious. I can't believe that you don't have that framed and guards.
Yeah, really? How come you don't have a frame?
I mean, why?
Sorry, someone said to me, if there's a fire at your house, what comes first, the poster or your wife to get her out of the house? And I said, that's a hard decision. I hope my wife gets out.
I cannot believe you said that. I hope she didn't watch that show, and I hope she's not listening to that right now. Vicky.
No, she's busy. She's not listening. I can say what I like.
Vicky, he would definitely take you out of the house. He would.
Yeah, and the poster.
Maybe you should fireproof it. Spray something on it.
Robin, do you have your students in your elementary school? Is that the grades?
I'm currently not in school, but I was a middle school teacher, and I was a high school teacher before that.
They probably think you're a pretty cool teacher, don't they?
Ah,
Yeah, come on, don't lie. Don't be modest.
What's that song? What's that song by that band? Van Halen, Kiss the Teacher. What's that one about the teacher?
It's called Hot for the Teacher by Van Halen.
Rand Ballard.
Robin, I didn't say it. I didn't say it.
You notice I'm moving along.
Now, Rand Ballard, he's my
Dean,
friend.
good shows, you guys. You know, I hung with Dean.
Now, let me explain something.
Explain
He's
this.
talking about Dean Jeffries, because you people don't get it. The one that designed the Monkey Mobile, right?
Oh.
His dad, see, you got to put 2 and 2 together. His dad did the FX, the special effects on the Monkey Show. His dad worked on the Monkey Show. Also, Batman, Green Hornet, big shows of the 60s. Rand's one of my best friends.
Hello, nice to see you. I don't really
Say hello to Rand. We love him.
You know, I was listening to his interviews, and wow, I could write a book. He's had so many cool stories. Have you looked up this guy? Robin, this guy has the greatest stories, I'm telling you.
Well, let's get him
I'll
on.
explain to you who Rand is. He's an LA producer. Can I finish?
No.
You look like you're going to jump into the screen and come in my room. You scared me.
Well, why don't you invite Rand to come in? Tell him to come on right now.
Rand should come on now. Rand, we want you to come on. I'll send you the
Rand,
link. He's got to say these stories. Just wait. I'll send him a link while you two talk. You keep talking. Let me tell you, Rand is an LA producer.
That's right.
And he was on tour with Michael Jackson World Tour. and did all the big artists. Tell him a bit about him.
He's got these things that are called I think they're called like sequencers. Okay, so when these bands like Michael Jackson go on tour, he sets up all these things that bring in all these sequencers, and he, like one of the few guys in the world, so he'll do for Eric Clapton, and he does it for all these people, and he's telling all these wonderful stories. So while they're backstage, there's all these instruments that are to do with synthesizers and keyboards. So he is knowledgeable how to trigger them all off, and it takes a lot of programming and brains. And this guy, he's got it, and they're after him, and he's been on the show quite a few times, but people keep missing it because I don't guess they don't get to the interview. But this guy is so interesting to listen to. Like when I listen to,
I want him on here. We got to get him. Hopefully he's available now.
I think that's where Plastic is right now. He's trying to get him down. But, Michael Jackson, I mean, if you work for Michael Jackson or Eric Clapton, or Ringo, you could just imagine how good you got to be.
All right, I'm trying to get him, but let me tell you a story. He told me a story about Bubbles and Chuck Berry that blew my mind. Right. He reckons he was working and organising something, and Bubbles kept turning the knobs on his sequences, right? And then Bubbles sort of had a problem, and I can't tell you. You have to watch the show. There's things you can't mention, There's certain things you can't discuss topics. Like Robin, there's certain things that you've encountered in your monkey life that you can't talk about.
Absolutely. I got things in the vault.
You can write a book. You can write a book about your monkey life. I reckon it should be My Life with the Monkeys by Robin B.
But
what
makes
I'm still pondering how the monkeys with Y's would object to them being called monkeys with Y's.
I told you they couldn't register the name monkeys.
I know, because they don't want to upset the primates. I get it.
Stop upsetting the primates. Do you know Mickey was in a band called the Missing Links before the Monkeys? That's amazing. He goes from Missing Links
to monkeys.
To the Monkeys. That's right. Did you not know that?
He evolved.
Yeah, that's right. He evolved like the Neanderthal man. Listen, do me a favor. Ring Mickey up now. Send him a text. Tell him to come on now. Come on. Weave your magic.
Guys, if you watch the Plastic EP show and you see the panel on the show, they've invested a lot of their time and money in the collections and the books. They have all the books. And Robin, you should see the collection of records they have. I mean, I don't know where they get them in the first place. Like Plastic has got his collection. You've got Mark Arnold that's got his collection. You've got Michael Vanchuela. You've got Fred. You got all these people that have these collections. I mean, it costs a lot of money to feed a collection, and where you get your source. And like Plastic lives in Melbourne. I sent him a poster of The Help promotional things that you would see in a movie. It took 3 months to get there.
I know.
I stopped asking him, and then one day he says, "Look what I got," and I thought that was hilarious. But it's great to collect, but it does cost a lot of money to collect these days. And some of these guys, like Plastic, he got some things for very, very inexpensive in a day, but now you got to pay a lot of money for things that are collectible.
I also got to say, I clutter, and my wife declutters, and half my collection's been out the street. People have been going through it and taking it from the street without me knowing.
Do you want to buy some Robin B collectibles, Plastic?
No, thank you. I've got enough.
You don't?
I have enough, thank you. What is it that you're sending?
I'll sell you whatever. What do you want? You want the picture behind me?
Now, listen. Now, is this true? You got robbed and someone took Robin B's signature off the wall.
Yep, she signed it for me, and she kissed it with some lipstick, and it was right there. And they
Are you serious? It's gone missing.
Plastic, I'm going to get them. I got the Scotland Yard, and I've got the FBI. They're going to get it. They're going to get it for me. I know what it looks like because, I did let out of my sight, but I don't know what happened. It got out of my sight. It's one of those things that happen. But
here, let me see. Hold on one moment.
Please.
Keep talking.
Robin said,
here's a question for you while we're going. Here's a question, an actual question. Chachi's actually Chachi LaPret has just done this question for us. Can you read it out, Robin, please?
Robin's doing something.
Okay.
Robin, if Plastic and Mr. Shampoo were your students, whom would you say is most likely to, I love that. I love Chachi. Whom would you say is most likely to succeed?
It's a tie.
She has to think about it.
I say Robin.
You know, Chachi, you know how you have to give everybody a trophy, right?
Or stamp. We used to get a rubber
Same
stamp
principle.
of an animal on our skin.
Same principle. Both of these guys excel in different areas. So if I had to, I would have to probably compliment each one of them to build up their self-esteem, right? So we would say, Mr. Shampoo, he's easy. You know, he has the musical talent, and he just left. So, and he's a genuinely nice guy, and he cares about other people, right? So those are success. Those are good ingredients for success. And because of that, this is for you.
That is so thoughtful. Thank you so much. I love that.
And Plastic, you know, Plastic, he excels in the area of disappearing.
Yes.
He disappears and reappears very well, and he excels in the psychedelic background. And
you know,
yes, as you can see.
And you know what, Robin? I've only been doing the Plastic EP show as long as you've been doing it, but you know, Chachi LaPret has been doing his breakfast show, I think for, what is it, Plastic, 40 years or something like that. And you know what, Chachi? You know, the world loves you for it, and I've never told you that, but I want to tune in and listen to your show. I mean, I cannot believe that you've gone that long. And I hear that Chachi plays nothing but quality Beatle tracks on his show, which Mr. Shampoo wants to hear. But I don't have an FM tuner, so I'm going to have to see if I can get in through the internet. But Chachi, bravo, and cheers to you.
Chachi, if there's a link to your show, please post it when on this thread so that Mr. Shampoo can and everyone else can check you out too. Because
I've got the links. I've got to tell you, Chachi LaPret is on Breakfast with the Beatles. It's every Saturday, every Sunday. He's fantastic coming out of Boston. We love the guy so much. Can you blow him a kiss, Robin? You got to blow him a kiss, all right?
One of the nicest guys you'll ever meet. And you know, Chachi, you've been doing it for so long. Kudos to you. You're a veteran, and you and Plastic have the greatest show. Have you ever seen their little jingle? The eyes go like this, Robin.
Yes, I have. Crazy stuff.
I think Plastic should get an award from Cannes Festival for his jingles. I'm serious. I mean, that one is hysterical. And you know what, Robin? I'm going to have to put you second to Charlene now because Charlene's number one. I'm sorry I have to break the news to you. Robin, I hope we're still friends.
I am losing out to Auntie Griselda over there.
Oh.
What is that raised eyebrow for, Plastic?
I just want to say.
Charlie has a question. Charlie, tell us.
No, but before we go to that, I want to say.
Talk about them, Charlie.
Hang on. Chachi LaPret, right? He's got something to say to you, and then I got to say something about his show.
I would have to say Mr. Shampoo is most likely to succeed after those kind words he said about me.
Well,
okay, Chachi, we see where you're coming from here. He said kind words about you. See that? See, that is a little success tactic, Mr. Shampoo. You say
Mr.
kind words about someone, whereas if you say mean stuff about people, I'm not going to mention any names. How do I even point that way? It goes the wrong way all the time. Why am I
Sorry,
doing
I'm misunderstanding you. I've got
you say things that aren't all that kind.
Let me say Breakfast with the Beatles, right?
Not saying who.
It's New England's Breakfast with the Beatles with Chachi LaPret. He's also got a new website coming out. Wait until you see his website. It blows you away. I'm on the website, and we've got something like 26 episodes, believe it or not, 26 episodes of the Plastic EP and Chachi live show, and they're all there. The 26 episodes. You look blown away, Robin. You look in shock.
I am. That's amazing.
Robin, and actually, his new website is actually out already.
Robin, I wanted to tell you something about Chachi LaPret. He knows this guy named Eric. What's his last name? Eric, what's
Yeah,
about?
Eric Toros. But before you say that, please, let me just say this. You can hear, hang on, because I've got to cover my glasses. Hang on. You can hear Breakfast with the Beatles every Saturday morning from 6 a.m. to 8 a.m. on 91.9 FM WUMB in Boston and on the WUMB radio network throughout Massachusetts. Listen live wherever you are at WMB.org and on Sunday mornings from 10 a.m. till noon on the Seacast Oldies station 92.1/97.1 in New Hampshire and Maine. Make sure you listen to Chachi La
Can you lift your glasses and pretend to read for one more second, please?
What?
Do what you just did. Pretend you're reading. Come back. No. Face. Bring your face over here.
No.
Can you read that again for 1 second? I missed it.
I don't show my face on the net.
Read it again. Read it again. I missed it. I need to see that one more time.
I can read it off the air.
No, go like this. I need you to read it.
Why?
Because I asked you.
Ooh. She's got one on you now, Plastic.
Here you go. Read that out, please, for me, because you can see. I can't see with the black glasses.
www.breakfastwiththebeatleschachi.com. Perfect. Thank you, Chachi.
So, Robin, what I wanted to tell you is, and Chachi, it's great that you do that radio show. Everybody just loves your show. But he has this friend named Eric, and I'm not too much into the memorabilia stuff of the Beatles. I like audio tracks or concerts or film of the Beatles. Now, these people all over the world send Eric their films so he can evaluate them. He's got stuff that I would just love to see. And I just drool every time that they talk about it. And Chachi, you really tease me because, Chachi and a bunch of his friends, they raise money to save this beautiful hall in the United States somewhere. It's a theater, and I think that's just wonderful. And
the Regent Theater.
That's right. And having a friend that has a treasure of films that nobody's ever seen too. I mean, this guy says to Plastic, "Hey, you know what, Plastic? I've got a great concert of the Monkees from the '70s," and Plastic's just like, "We see stars, right?" And we want to be Eric's friend, but, he knows that we only want to be his friend because we want to see the films. But, when I heard that, there's hope for me because I hope I live long enough to see this stuff. And, it's guys like Chachi LaPret that, believes in Plastic and wants to help him. And, he has Eric and, Chachi just networks all these people before network was even happening. And, Chachi, I don't know you very well, but I take my hat off to you because you've done a lot for the Beatles world, and I wanted people to hear that today that give you credit, right, Plastic and Robin? He deserves that.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Exactly. He's fantastic coming out from Boston. We can't wait until the next show. We have a surprise guest that we're going to interview together.
Where the heck is Boston?
Boston.
Like
and what happens, he always says this on the show. He goes, coming in from Boston, Cape Cod, and I go, is that Cape Cod? Where they got fishing reels and they reel in codfish, get it?
Cape Cod.
Well,
hey, look at this.
I don't know where Boston is. Thank
Boston.
you. I appreciate
Boston. You take a left at Iceland. Boston. You take a left turn.
Thanks for inviting me on your show, Plastic and Robin. I don't want to take up your time.
No, you're right there, Mr. Shampoo. Just stay there. You're with us. You're not going. You're part of the show.
Well, you know what? I find it hard because, Robin looks like Sally Fields, and I was in love with Sally Fields. And, I feel like getting a Trans Am and driving you around, Robin, I'm the bandit. I'm the bandit.
All right, here's another question. Can we read it?
Speaking of the Beatles, did Mickey reminisce anytime with John Lennon during John's long weekend? Is that a question for me? Did Mickey reminisce about time with John Lennon during John's long weekend?
There's photos of Mickey with Alice Cooper and John Lennon.
They did, like we've talked about this before. They
They were in
had,
a club. They were in the Hollywood Vampires.
but there was a party where the Beatles and the Monkees got together. And I remember Peter at least talking about, I think it was John Lennon calling him over. He didn't even know his name. He said, "Hey, Monkey Man."
I heard that. I read
Maybe
that.
he was thinking,
Yeah, that's
of
it. Listen.
Primate Man, you know?
That's in 1967 in England. Now, it was either in the Bag of Nails or the Speakeasy Club. I don't know which one it is. It's on the net.
Well, you know, Plastic, I wanted to ask you a question, and I always forget, but I wanted to ask you this. I've seen you with pictures with, you know, the Monkees, the three of them, and I wanted to ask you, like, what was it like to meet them? I mean, what was the feeling? You finally got to meet your idols. I mean, you're right there. What was it like? Tell me.
Well, I've got to say, there's 3 photos taken, and one photo I'm staring at Mickey's face. I just stared at his face because I finally got to meet the man, and all that TV show and everything is running through my head in those first 10 seconds. I just stared at his face. There's a photo of me just staring at his face, and I go, that's him. That's Mickey. Like, that's, as a fan, it was like a shock because I love the guy. And he was actually, I rate him as the funniest. When you watch the Monkees TV show, he is the funniest of the whole lot. And then when his hair went afro, it was even more funnier. The guy's just a born natural comedian talent. You know Robin, you know him better than anyone. How funny is he off the
funny
TV?
guys, just the way that, you know, interacting with one another, they're amusing.
Well, the reason why I ask you that, Plastic, is because, you know, I portray Paul McCartney, but I have never met any of the Beatles or got their, I've never got their autographs. I mean, so, you know, hearing you do that, I mean, that's pretty special. I mean, you got to meet them and you took a lifetime to get their signatures. And like I said, I don't want to give you a hard time, but it's not framed. I mean, that would be Brinks. I would guard that with a huge safe, wouldn't you, Robin?
Yeah, you know, and I think he will. You do need to get a frame for that because of that. You know, I think, Mr. Shampoo, you deserve to meet Paul McCartney. Anybody who portrays a person on a regular basis deserves to meet that person, I believe.
Well, you know, I don't even know what I would say to him. But you know what, Robin? Do you know?
I'd say, get a load of this. Hello. Nice to meet you.
Yeah, but also let me say, Charles Rosenay has met Paul. Charles
You know
Rosenay
what,
has
you know
met
what I would
Paul.
say to Paul if I met Paul, Robin?
What would you say?
I would go like this to Paul. Oh, 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 oh. And that's all I would say to him because he wouldn't expect it. But, you know, Robin, I mean, being seriously and everything like that. You know, the Monkees, I wish I would have gotten more into them. I wish I knew. Then I could go on the shows. But I enjoyed listening to all you guys. And all the people that we've met on the Plastic EP show has been an experience for me and has kept me busy during the pandemic. So it's been great to meet you. And Plastic and I have become close friends. And, you know, Charles Rosenay, he's really made an excellent part of the show. And he's got a lot of stuff in his archives. And Plastic and I are going to try to get it out of him so we can see this stuff. You know, he's hoarding it. And Charles, you know, you don't tease us. He's got stuff from Beatles conventions, all kinds of treasures, and we love Charles Rosenay. I mean, he's I'm his #1 fan. Charles, I'm your #1 fan. You know, so it's
Maybe he could
You're
put
a
on that
Shaolin fan, too.
1978 outfit and show you some stuff, I think.
Well, you know, he can do anything he puts his mind to. That's Charles Rosenay. And you know, it's like I said on a couple episodes, it's been great to meet all these people like you know, Chachi and Charles that I've always wanted to meet or admire. And there's many more, but just those two guys in particular, you know what I mean? I mean, Charlie DaCosta, I mean, I watched his show the other day. You did great, Charlie. You know, we love you too, and I miss you. It's been a while. And you have to come back for the Let It Be show. That's going to be great.
And Abby, right. Now, I just want to say, Robin, would you be kind enough to read out the text?
This is from Chachi. I hosted a Q&A with Mickey a bunch of years ago in Wilmington, Mass. I bought albums and 45s, and he held each one and talked about the memories to the sold-out room. And I'm sure that was a fantastic event because Mickey knows how to work a room, for sure. You know, that was one of the fun things, just watching them in all the different venues on the tours. I think one of the things that was striking for me is each venue has a different flavor. So even if the sets might be the same or similar, you know, the culture and the feeling in each room, in each venue was quite different, you know.
All right, read that out now before we wrap up the show.
Charles Rosenet is a good kisser. He likes to cuddle, very loving. How nice. Are you talking about Charlene or Charles? Inquiring minds want to know. All right.
All right. Now, listen, I want to say it's been a riveting, fantastic show. We know about At Home now. Everyone knows about the first song that I wrote. So I wanted to say goodbye to everyone, and we're going to finish off with that song if you want to wrap it up and introduce At Home by Plastic EP and the records. That'll take us out, so I'll let you wrap up the show.
Am I supposed to be doing something?
Yeah, you're supposed to be wrapping up the show.
Robin, it was so good to see you. I haven't seen you in a long time. And Plastic, thanks for inviting me on the show. I hope I didn't take up too much of your time. And hi, everybody out there.
Take up our time. You're part of the show. It's okay. We love having you on.
It was great to see you. Thank you for coming on and singing for us. We wish you all the best with your upcoming show in Canada on the rooftop. We hope that you will invite us to see something like that at some point in time. Plastic, as always, it's an experience to be with you, man. And I know that when I text you at 3 o'clock in the morning, you will be right there to answer because you live on the screen. And so we hope that all of you will tune in. We're going to line up some special guests to share, and audience participation is great. So like our Facebook page, we promise we'll interact a little bit more. The Buzz with Plastic EP and Robin B. If you want to win a Driftwood with Let It Be or I'm a Believer, get it. Like that page, share it, comment below. Keep your questions coming. We love the interaction. And know that you will never be alone as long as...
1, 2, 3, 4. At home, all alone, no one to turn to, no one to turn to. At home, please stay with me. Hello, no one here with me. No one to turn to, no one to turn to, no one to turn to now. And I say, hey now, ooh now, what you gonna do now? Hey now, ooh now, you're feeling blue now. Hey now, ooh now, what you gonna do? What you gonna do? Without me, without me, without me, yeah. At home, won't you by my side? Hello, don't run and hide. Come on and love me, come on and love me. And I'm all by myself in me, oh, and I'm all by myself in me, oh.